that's where I have the deepest pores. So I want my first product to be on either side of my nose and my nose. And I do go up a little. You can also use this if I'm going to put on concealer. Did I bring my concealer? Oh no, I didn't bring my concealer. Alright guys, I would have brought a concealer. Sorry about that. And then I would also dust this off like this. I didn't bring any, but that's okay. This is also a good thing to do to tone anything down. So let's just say I overdid this, which I did actually. This, where I did the temples, I'm going to go back and forth right here first, and then I'm going to really go over that to kind of tone that down a little bit. Even though it's a translucent powder, it does not have color. It will tone down if you've overdone something. And then definitely I'm going to do the chin area right here. And if you want to tone down your blush. And then I also, again, go right under. You see there is a powder, but that's not going to keep color. It's just powder is why that looks. And I'm just dusting out underneath my bronzer in case I overdid it a little bit. Okay? So all this is doing is setting your makeup, and that's wonderful. Okay. You know, it's like the last thing I do is the actual Lorac Pro. Alright, so this is from Benefit. Is this who this is? Yes. Benefit Ka-Brow. And it's a very cute little packaging because in the lid is where the brush is, that little tiny brow brush. And it's just a gel, it's a cream gel brow color with brush. And it says peel here, but I don't know why. What would I find? A surprise? Alright, so then you just go in there, get the brush real good and loaded up, but then I kind of rake it off on the sides because you don't want to get too much. And then I go back in there and make sure, and then rake it off on the sides. And you can always use it from the sides if you want to too. Alright, so, I'm not sure if this is going to show up good, but I'm going to just use this. I'm going to go under, here's a good mirror, if this was a good mirror. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you about this is there is a sponge applicator, like powder puff sponge, underneath this in the Bye Bye pores. Okay. So I'm going to the first thing I do with this product is come under the brow, and it kind of relines the brow and gives me my tail. See that? See how it gave me my tail? Then I come up above where the tail is, as high as I want it to go, which is generally straight up above your iris, and go back down to it. And that gives me my kind of line to work with to kind of backfill like this. Little strokes to make it look like they're hairs. I am far from good at this, so if you're better than me, do a better job than this. But you can always start over, you can always fill back in, and I will tell you this, I usually have to add some back. When it's off, it's off. This is a darker color, so I have to be careful because you can get like black brows, which would be fine if you're black or dark brown skinned. Then that would be fine. Be very light-handed with this though, because you can always fill in. It's very hard to you know, get off what you started with, and always do just a few little in the front just because I'm thinning there, and then of course fill that in. But every time that you do a stroke through the brow, make it like little hairs like this. Don't ever just draw a line through it unless you like that look. Some people like a very, they like a look that looks built, you know, like that they're not trying to get a natural look. Okay, did you see that time I used the other end and it really came off there? Okay, so I'm going to let that dry because this actually does dry. See the difference? Huge difference. But it is very, it looks very done. And so what I'm going to do is let that dry, and then I'm going to just use a mascara wand, a dry spoolie brush, and just make sure that I get some of it off so it doesn't look so, I'm just going to brush through it, which will take some of it off. There. This is a lot harder to do when you're holding a mirror for a camera. Okay, so remember, I always reinforce the underside of the brow, and that gives me my tail. I overdid it. See, it went too far, but that's okay. I'll fix it in a minute. And then I'm going to come straight up in front of it and go back down. Who knows, maybe that will fix itself. And then I come in front of it. Do you see how I come in front of each one? And that looks more like hairs, y'all. Now again, there may be some of you who like the look